Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Cara Motorhomes in Stafford and I'm here to review this. This is the new Robeta Apollo. Robeta are a Slovenian manufacturer. Some of you may have seen our Robeta Adonis review that we did, and Apollo is their longest van conversion based on the Fiat Ducato. So let's find out a bit more about it and take a look around. So Robeta, they have a number of models based on the Fiat, and as I say, Apollo is the longest one. In terms of its length, it's 6 meters and 36 centimeters, and in terms of its weight, it's a 3.5 ton van conversion. Let's just make our way and start at the front. So this one, now prices actually do start well below £100,000. This one at Cara has been really well specced up. This is got so much kit on it and it's priced at £108,000. Now it's on the Fiat. What are you going to get for your £108,000? Well, you're going to get the 2.2 litre diesel engine, a 75 litre diesel tank, automatic transmission and 180 horsepower. So this is right up there in the Fiat Ducato horsepowers, 180. The colour, this one's in the ruby red finish. There are several colour options to choose from, and there's also a number of different interiors that you can choose from as well. We'll have a look at this one as we go around. Now on the front, this one has been specced up with the very special Schnitzler front bumper. We can see that here. We've got the black in the gloss and the red body coloured part, and we've got the 2 fog lights here. These are cornering lamps as well. They will change when you're moving and driving along. And then we have our light cluster here. So that is the front. It really does stand out to other Fiat Ducato van conversions. And that's the great thing about the Robeta range, is you really can spec them to be individual. Let's head off down the near side. I'm just working that round in my head. Let's head off down the near side. So this one also has the chassis pack, it's got the plus package, and it's got the off-grid package. So plenty of packages. I'm going to be putting a link there so you can see all the optional extras you're getting. We are getting 16-inch Borbet black gloss alloy wheels, heated and electrically operated wing mirrors. And then we come down the near side. Now this one is left-hand drive. It's come over from Slovenia for demo purposes here at Cara. Obviously yours would be right-hand drive. We can see here the graphics for the 2025. We've got the Apollo. This is finished in the gold, complemented by that ruby red. The vent here is for the Truma air-blown heating. You can either have the gas air-blown heating or the optional diesel as well if you prefer. There is an external shower point, the toilet cassette, the onboard water filling point, and then we come round, we can see a window here towards the rear. Now, with the Robeta Apollo, you can actually spec a number of different interiors depending on whether you're 2 people, 4 people, or even up to 5 people. So you can go from 2 to 5 berth with these van conversions, and you can change the different layout at the back, which I'll show you soon. So moving around to the actual back end of the Apollo, on this model, because it's the higher spec, there are 2 rear view cameras there, so 2 different views on there. Then we've got the 2 doors with the windows in. I'm going to open these out. So looking now into the back end of the Robeta Apollo. Now these are padded here. The insulation on these vans is really top end. They are designed for all round use for all year, and even going into those colder climates. The windows, there are blinds on all the windows and fly screens. And at the back here, if we can just see up there, there is a fly screen as well. That's going to pull down. So if you are out and about and you want to use the back doors open, you can stop those insects getting in. Now, the way Cara have spec'd this one, we'll do the full interior soon, but it's easier to see the back of it from outside. This is the lounge finish. So there's a number of different options you can have. This has got the lounge fitting. We can see we've got the 2 bench seats here, the lounge table, and then on this one we've got the optional drop-down bed. So this is considered the family layout. This one is a 4-berth van conversion. You can have it 5 if you want the optional bed in the front seat, but otherwise this is 4-berth. So this is an electrically operated bed. I'll demonstrate that when we go inside, but this is going to come down, and these lengths of the beds are 2 meters and 10 centimeters, so really good size length beds. Now these, you could use these as singles if you wanted. During the day, you've got the lounge area, the bed up there raised, the table. When you want to use this as a bed, you pull this lever and the table itself is going to drop down. I won't do that now, but it's going to drop down. And then the beds, which are secured by some catches, you simply pull these out, and you can see there, I'll stop it before we cause any damage, but without the table, when the table's dropped, this is going to be a double bed. So if you didn't want this in the 4 berth and you just had it in the 2 without the drop down, this is going to be a massive double bed, 2.1 meters in length. So that is going to be your sleeping. And what I like as well, if you look at the walls here in the back, is these are actually padded. So we can see here, really nice padding. The benefit of that is 1, insulation, and 2, soundproofing. So that's the bed system. I'll just push that back up so you can see how easy that really is there to operate. There's also some little zip pockets here. If you want to see there, when you want to change the bulb in these rear lights, you can actually access them through there. So they haven't just blocked it off with that wall. So that's a clever feature. Then underneath, we can see the amount of floor space that we're going to get here. You can, if you want, use this to store bits in this part here. And then under here, these have catches, these are lockers, so we can store things under this offside part of the sofas. On the near side, this is where your fresh water tank is going to be. So your fresh water tank's actually under there. And then we do have, if I just push that, the gas storage there. So if you are wanting to use your gas for cooking or heating, that's where that's going to be stored. And a nice feature with Robeta is there's a little plaque on there, and that's the name of the person that's actually built your van conversion. So this one was handcrafted by that person there, Tomas, who did a great job. So there it's a little bit of sort of personalised finish to your van conversion. I'll just close these up again. So that's the rear of the Robeta Apollo. Let's head off down the offside next. So coming down the offside, gas barbecue point, that's been added as an optional extra. The 2-lay wind out awning that we can see, again, that's been added to this one. And then we come down, we've got the door on the offside, and there is an electric step. And on this side, this would normally be your driver's door, but obviously on this version, we've got the passenger door. Now up on the roof, we are getting the solar panels. Because this has got the off-grid pack, it comes with solar panels, and it also comes with an inverter as well. And that's complemented by a lithium battery. So those things are all included in that £108,000 price. I'll open the sliding door and we will go in. I'm going to take my shoes off first, but let me just open that. So this opens up, big solid door. Again, plenty of insulation within these doors. There is an additional fly screen here added as well to this one. And then the electric step. I'll just operate that so we can pop that out for us. There we go. The kitchen, we can see the kitchen cabinet here. Now, the great thing with the Robeta is you get choices of the interiors you want. You can choose different coloured options on the woodwork and the cabinetry. You can choose a different colour on the upholstery as well. So this one has been spec'd to a certain one, but if you were ordering one, you can look in the brochure and have a choice of 6 interiors, I believe it is, and a number of different choices on the bathroom layout as well, so you can make that suit you. The furniture on this model, Robeta have a system called air furniture. Doesn't come as standard, it is an optional extra, but the air furniture is lightweight, incredibly strong and durable, but lightweight. And the reason you're paying extra for that is because it reduces the weight of your van conversion, which means you get more payload, but it does cost them more to manufacture, so it doesn't just come as standard. So if payload's important at that 3.5 tons, this air furniture is going to mean you've got more payload. Right. I'm going to take my shoes off and then we're going to dive inside. So inside we jump into the Apollo. Now, as I say, this van conversion is 6 metres and 36 centimetres in length. So what sort of interior space are we going to get? Well, let's start up here in the cab. Is Fiat. On this one, there's the leather steering wheel. There would be the system here fitted to it for your satellite navigation, your rear view cameras. There's a number of controls and that automatic gearbox as well that we've said before. There are 2 cup holders as well. In the UK, they are going to be right-hand drive. Now, what I do like is we are getting blinds in the windows and the front cab. There's a really good sized blind there. We pull that up. That's going to give us privacy on an evening when we're out in the camper van. Now, up the front here, Two captain's chairs, they both do swivel. I really like the finish on here. This is a top quality finish. It's got the name Robeta here as well, embossed in the seat. This is a beautiful fabric. At this sort of price point, this is the top end of van conversions on a Fiat, so I do want to see a nice finish, and this doesn't disappoint at all. And the two arms as well have got this leather feel finish to them as well. So that's the front of the cab area. Obviously, when you're on the road, spin them round and off you go. Now let's just move further back. So next we come to the dining area. Now, as I say, this van conversion, it can be 2 berths all the way up to 5 berths. And we have this table here. This is probably for 2 to 4 people when you're sat here. You've got the other 2 seats there. We're getting 4 travel seats all together. Again, on this side, what I like is how we've got the Robeta logo embossed in those headrests, and we've got that nice finish on the fabric. Now, what we do get on this, I'll just show you this. It's up to you where you store this, whether you have it out or not. I've just kept it separate so I can manoeuvre around a little bit easier. But this is a spare table top. It fits into here, there and there. There we go, just move that across. There we are, slide that in. So if there are 4, 5 of you eating, you've got space here to do that as a family or a couple. So that's an additional little flap. Under here as well, you've got a USB charger and a plug socket as well. So if you're using it with your laptop or anything on here, you can have like a little mobile home office, if that makes sense. Right, let's pull this table back out so it's out of the way as I manoeuvre around. Slide it out. I don't want to damage anything because you know what I'm like when I get going. Right, hold on. There we go. Right, I'll just slide this back here for now and put that back down there. Now there's a bit of storage just under there, as you can maybe see. And in this compartment here, this is where you're going to find some of the electrical controls and also your water dump point as well, your frost protection and what have you there. Then we move across into this kitchen area. So when you come through the door, we've got the Robeta control panel. So on here, you're going to be able to control your Truma, air-blown heating and hot water. And then there's the actual Robeta control itself. It's a digital panel. Press that, it's going to show all the things you're going to need. What's good is it shows your battery levels, and it also gives you an indication of how long you can remain off-grid with the battery power you've got. And as I say, it's already got 1 lithium battery and solar. Now, the bank here for the kitchen, I'll just give this a press here. Pull this open, and this is a bin store as well as there's some extra storage back there. So we have a bin store within the van conversion. This illuminated Robeta name, which is very nice. Give that a close. It is soft closing. And then we come across, now if you do wish to cook in the Apollo, we have 2 gas burners here by Dometic. So these are going to run off that gas canister that we saw in the back. And then there's also a small sink which is going to give us hot and cold running water, so we can see that there. I'll close that down. There is a plug socket, USB chargers and light switches here, and then a cabinet above for storing kitchen items, so we can see a little bit of storage there. Now on this model, if you want, in the UK, you can add a little oven as well. So if that's important to you, it is an option on the UK models. I'll just open this up, and here we've got a good sized drawer and cutlery in there and bits and pieces under there. I'll close that up. And then under there, there's further storage in this one. Pull that out, another deep drawer, and nicely finished as well. You can see that going all the way through that darker wood there, so a bit more of a premium finish. And further storage is available just over here on the near side. There's 2 cabinets. Open that, and again, this nice finish on that wood as well. And as you can see, as we move along, there is a television bracket, so you can watch television while you're away, and the aerial and the connection comes in through there. So that is where you'd place your television. Now, moving back into the Apollo, what I like, there's a nice amount of headroom, and the ceiling has got a nice thick padded finish like at the back. So again, great for soundproofing and insulation. Coming down, this is the amount of floor space we're going to be getting. You can see that there. As I say, it is a van conversion, so they are narrower than a motorhome. There is a huge tower fridge and freezer. So this is a compressor fridge and freezer. It's 140 litres. This is going to run off the 12-volt system when you're not on hookup. Obviously, when you're on hookup, that'll be powering your van conversion. But when you're not on hookup or you're off grid, that is going to run off the 12-volt system. So no use of gas. Above it, there is a storage compartment there, so you can put a few bits up there for when you're out and about on your travels. The main bulk of your clothing, just close that, is going to be stored in these drawers that I mentioned when we were outside. So the storage here, just give this a push. These drawers, there's one under this one and there's 3 under the bench seat that I'm sat on. So that's where you're going to fold your clothes and put your clothes. Let me show you in the bathroom next. So the bathroom is on the near side. It's got this grey sliding door. This is actually held on about 4 magnets. So there's not much chance of this flying open while you're on the move. I'll give it a good pull. There we go. So it's one huge, massive long strip here. So really strong magnet keeping it closed. This is the bathroom space, as we can see. It's an all-in-one washroom and shower room. There's a number of different styles you can choose on the bathroom on your Robeta Apollo. This one's been spec'd like this one. So here, what we've got these wood finish walls. These are 1-sheet walls. These are waterproof, a lighting, a cabinet. I'll just climb in now and show you a couple of the features. So in here, we can see storage. Again, the nice finish on that wood. And then above there is a hecky for ventilation. We've got 2 bars here, can put our towels on there, a toilet roll holder, and it's got the Robeta logo on it as well. And this, I've moved this across first, I'll just show you this. So this is in the shower position. So if you want to use this as a shower, you push this across, pull this out, and you can have your shower. You slide your door across, obviously. It is a small and compact washroom. It's a 6.3 metre van conversion, so you've got to be realistic about that. There are some other layouts, as I said, that may give you more room if you prefer the shower experience on board. Some people don't shower on board, so they're not as bothered. So that's it in its shower position. I'll just step out a second now. So when you're not using it in that position, we pull this across. You can see there's a little magnet on there and there, so that holds it there. And then we push it across and it holds it back on that near side wall. That is now going to be your sink. And here we have our Thetford toilet, a bench seat toilet. And there is a mirror as well in there that you can see just on that wall. I'm not sure if I put my hand there, you'll be able to see it's just there. So there we go. There's always a compromise. The compromise is the size of the washroom realistically, but it's got everything in it. So good little use of space. And then just slide that across. Now, I'll just show you the bed. So I spoke when I was outside about where you're going to be sleeping in the Apollo, and obviously you've got the lounge seats that convert. There is the drop-down bed. Now, at the moment, this is pretty much raised. So if you're a family, you're going to have to understand that a compromise is going to be the height of the bed, but it gives you the electric drop-down. And to be fair, once you're sat in the lounge, it's not going to affect particularly your headroom in here when you're sat relaxing. So that, to me, is your compromise on having the electric bed. If you're just a couple and you don't want the bed, you're going to have the full headroom. And the benefit when you've got the full headroom as well is you'll have easy access to these overhead storage lockers, which you can probably see. Now let's get this bed dropped down. So it's electric bed. This switch here, we're going to put it in the number 2 position and it's going to drop itself down. Now if you're off grid, this bed is going to operate off the battery system, so you don't have to be on electric hookup. You can see it there, it's going to do its own thing. The table, if you are using this to sleep as well, you can stop that bed. It doesn't have to go all the way down, but it will just settle itself, so let it do its thing. Equally, if you're a couple, you might prefer having a drop-down bed, so you don't have to make your own bed up every night. And because this doesn't go all the way up, you have got room to leave bedding in the centre of this drop down. So I've got just turn this light on here and this light on here, and then you can go back there and have a look. So let me do a swap with you. Now these beds say 2.1 metres long, so good size length and width beds. You have got there a nice memory foam mattress, the cupboards around the top of the van conversion for storage, and these lights as well. So you can give those, they're just a little press. You touch them with your finger on the little on buttons and they illuminate nicely. So that can be used as a 2-berth or a 4-berth, depending on which you want to do. And you can see where we've stopped the bed there, that's stopped automatically. If you wanted to sleep under there, you can, or leave it a little bit higher. So what I'll do now, so that's the bedroom space, quite like that. Let me just put that back up. There we go. So that'll do its thing. So that's the bedroom. That is the family edition with this drop down bed. 2 berths there. The lounge area, another 2 berths. That table, you press the lever and drop it down, so you can make this into a double bed. If you want 5 berths, this will convert as an option into another bed. So that gives you 5. 5 people in here is quite a small space. I think in Europe, where your weather's better, it's probably more of a popular option. Not so sure here. That's the bed now, back where it is. That's the lounge. We've done our washroom, we've done our kitchen. Let's dive back outside and have one more look at that front end. So I'll see you outside. So there we go, that is the Robeta Apollo. It's a 6.36 metre Fiat based van conversion. Really well spec this one, yes, £108,000. It's right up there at that top price point, but this is a premium brand. And the equipment you're getting is the chassis pack, the plus pack, the off-road pack. It's got the lithium battery, the inverter, awning, solar panel, gas barbecue point, external shower. The list does go on, you get the idea. It's also got that amazing Schnitzler front bumper as well, and the Robeta alloy wheels. So it is going to look a lot different to those other camper vans when you arrive on site. I will put a link down here in the description to the Robeta website, so you can go on there and have a look and spec yours up if you're interested. And I'll also put a link to Cara Motorhomes as well down there, so you can see this and the full range of Robeta van conversions that they've got coming into stock for 2025. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.